Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are discussing about optionals. Now if you are coming from Java, C or C++, you might not be knowing about this optionals, but we have this optionals concept in Swift programming language. Before learning these optionals, you need to brush up the concepts of variables and constants. So here an iCard will be coming. If you haven't watched the variables and constants video, go and check that out. Now optionals are used in a situation where value can be absent. An optional represents two possibilities. Either there is the value, either there is not the value. Either there is a value and you can unwrap it, or there is no value and you will get an error. So optionals are used to handle null values at the compile time and ensure that there is no crash in the runtime. An optional can be for any data type like string, integer, boolean, etc. For all data types, we can make it an optional. But you need to know this, a normal string and an optional string are not the same. They both are different, okay? Their both data type is also different. Like this is an optional string, but this is a normal string. Now let us see how we make an optional data type in our Xcode. Now we are in our Xcode and let us make a variable var name equals Mubashir. Now we have value in this, that's why there's no problem. But if you don't know if so to make a optional variable, what we can do is var name, which would be a type of string. Okay, till here we know that, but now you need to add an question mark. Now adding this question mark tells us that the variable is an optional. Now if you print this name, this is saying that it is a nil because we haven't stored any value in this name. But if I store any value in this, for example Mubashir, and I run this, now it is saying that optional Mubashir. Now in future, if I know that there would be no value in this variable name, then I can make it in this way. Now to remove this optional, and if you know that 100% there will be value in any variable, then what you can do is directly see here. This shows this force unwrap the value to avoid this warning. If you click on this fix, it will add an exclamation mark to this variable, which is saying that force unwrap this variable because the developer is saying that there will be value in it. Now if you run this, it shows normal Mubashir. Now there are multiple ways to handle this, but before force unwrapping, you need to know that, or you need to check that the variable has an value in it, or else it will show an error. Okay, now there are different methods here, like if else. You can use if else here to check that the variable has an value or not, or you can directly just force unwrap it. You can use optional binding, optional chaining, etc. So these all concepts we'll be learning while we'll be making the apps. Now I have a code sample here, and by using that we'll be knowing how we can use if else to force unwrap. So let me remove this, and I have a code sample here. Let me paste it. So we have a variable, and that name of the variable is also variable, and this is of type string, which is optional. Now we are checking that if variable is not equal, this is the not equal to sign, not equal to nil, which means if variable has any value, then print not nil, else print nil. And if I run this now, this is saying nil. This is printing this because it does not have any value. We can see it here. But if I update it afterwards, like variable equals data, and now if I print it, this is saying that not nil because variable has value in it. Now many times we use this optional because when you are talking to the servers or database, we do not know that there is a value in any variable or not. Sometimes we'll get a value, sometimes we won't get value. So to handle such kind of situations, we have optionals here. So to practice optionals in more deeply, we need to build app. Okay, so when we talk with the servers by using the APIs, like we have many variables that come to us with some data, and for some responses the data might be missing for that variable. So at that time we can like use the force unwrap, we can check if there is value in the variable or not, etc. Okay, so the main thing is you need to know that there is a concept of optional or unwrapping, okay, in Swift programming language, which is used when we don't know that the value is present in that variable or not. Okay, so this was a small video and I will meet you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.